could give a damn about anything going on in this movie because it was absolutely trash.
It starts off as the worst movie you've ever seen in your entire life, and then it becomes something so unhinged that I've never seen anything like it before.
It's so bad and so dumb.
It is honestly painful to see Blake Lively had a total breakdown after another simple favor was pulled from Amazon. With barely a whisper, if you needed proof that she wrecked her own career, this is it.
Overall, the movie's ridiculous. Like, you gotta know going in what you're getting into.
And the worst part, she did not go down alone. Poor Anna Kendrick got pulled into the mess just for being anywhere close to the chaos.
I'm blaming it all on Blake Lively. This has got to be Blake Lively's fault. Because this shouldn't even be a thing. This should not exist.
That is the curse of standing next to Blake. You get hit with fallout just by being connected.
Then do not watch this movie. Do not watch the sequel. It offered nothing new, nothing of substance, nothing noteworthy.
And the funniest part is that another simple favor was even approved in the first place, because whatever showed up on Prime on May 1st, 2024 was not a sequel. It was a cinematic disaster with a $20 hat budget and an ego blown up to Blake Lively size.
I am reeling and will be reeling until the day that I die. I'm talking psycho triplets. I'm talking incest.
Let us talk about the release method straight to streaming. No theater wanted to touch it. That is not a warning sign. That is a flashing neon billboard when a studio skips theaters and dumps your movie on Prime like spoiled takeout. You know, they lost all hope.
Fucking murder, homosexuality, and crazy outfits on the island of Capri. On the island of Capri. Run, don't walk. I will never be the same, and I will never stop talking.
And here is the kicker. The first, A Simple Favor, earned $97.6 million worldwide on just a $20 million budget. You would think they would try to repeat that. Instead, Amazon buried the sequel so deep in the Prime carousel, you would need GPS to find it. Their logic seemed to be, if no one watches, no one complains. Spoiler, everyone complained.
What the I wish I could tell you guys what I just watched. But I don't know. It was bad. Like, it was terrible.
This so-called sequel took the original sleek mystery thriller vibe and turned it into a circus. Worse, even Anna Kendrick fans who usually defend her, no matter what, gave up. People who once loved her awkward charm stepped back, saying, sorry girl, not if you are next to Blake again.
Heavily disappointed. I think Allison Janney and Anna Kendrick were the two best things about this film, but as far as the story goes, it was absolutely far-fetched and really honestly convoluted and so hard to believe.
Now, let us cut into the rotten core of this mess. The plot: Stephanie, Anna Kendrick's character, is somehow a true crime podcast star now, because of course she is.
That bad? It was truly like that bad. It's like I said, when the movie gets to points where it's trying to push the plot forward and it's presenting plot points that actually reveal what's going on.
But before you can even process that suddenly we are in Capri, not for a wine escape, not for a stylish retreat, but for a wedding that turns into a murder trap. And just when you think it cannot get dumber, Blake Lively shows up as three versions of herself making out with herself.
Run, don't walk. I will never be the same, and I will never stop talking about this. If this is her last film, what a bang. Horrible. Amazing. I'll never be the...
Yes, you heard right. Triple identities, fake suicides, and crazy triplets. It is like someone watched The Parent Trap on drugs and thought, you know what, this needs trauma. Instead of suspense, you get unintentional comedy. Andy Senior, who usually bends over backward to excuse bad movies, admitted the second half lost him. And if Andy is out, you know it is bad.
Oh, when I tell you, I had no idea how bad this would be. I mean, no idea. Wait until I show you some of this.
Every twist in this disaster feels like it was dreamed up by a wine mom who thinks plot holes are stylish. There is no logic, no build-up, no payoff, just chaos glued together with dialogue that feels like it was ghost-written by ChatGPT on 3% battery. Even the most forgiving fans walked away asking, is this a parody? Because that is exactly how it felt, a parody of itself.
That was like a cartoon. It was like a lot of like frizzy Blake Lively hair, but twice. There's twice the Blake Lively in it. I'll leave it at that. I mean, I'm not going to leave it at that because here's the other weird, gross thing. There was like very violent, incestual stuff in it.
Let us just rip the Band-Aid off Blake Lively, whoever told her she was ready for her villain era, should be sued her. Emily is played like a cartoon sociopath. No arc, no depth, just flat emotions, and a wardrobe that screams unhinged cruise ship, queen all hats, all drama, and that ridiculous I did it for you monologue nobody asked for.
The glaze over and like kind of haha like made a joke of. I'm so grossed out right now. The writing was terrible. Like Alex Newell and Andrew Rennell, like they deserve better.
You know it is bad when even Andy Senior, who defended watching because he did not pay, started asking if Blake was trolling us half the time. It did not even feel like acting. It felt like Blake playing herself, smug, self-absorbed, and wrapped in designer coats, shoved into yet another fake twist.
What are you guys doing? Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a movie that bad, and I watched the Joker sequel. This is not me getting on the Blake Lively hate train or anything like that. Like, honestly and truly, that was really fucking...
Meanwhile, Anna Kendrick looked like she wandered onto the wrong set and could not find the exit. Her eyes said it all: regret, betrayal, and the deep exhaustion of being dragged down by someone confusing chaos for personality.
Movie to be worse, the worst movie you've ever seen, that's pretty bad. And on top of that, worse than the Joker 2, like, which got across the board, it was getting ripped to shreds. And that is saying...
Let me say this loud and clear. Anna Kendrick did not deserve this. What she got was a movie obituary for her career. In the first film she gave us charm, innocence, and mystery. Here, she is stuck opposite Blake Lively in a movie where the only suspense is whether she can survive the script. Even Andy Senior, a devoted Kendrick fan, admitted this was the first film of hers he could not defend, and not because of Anna, but because of the script. The mess and Blake.
None of this was necessary. This is a sequel that I've been looking forward to since it was announced. So to watch it straight to streaming, I don't know why it had 3 premieres. Heavily disappointed.
What used to be fun, sharp chemistry between opposites now feels like a hostage situation. Kendrick's character is stripped of control, reduced to a nervous wreck, dragged along by Blake's endless smug performances. The writing gives her nothing but reaction shots and trauma dump speeches.
Anna Kendrick's character, she does, become a true crime star after the success of the first movie, the ending. But she's stopped posting. She's struggling with a case that she wonders, did she do the right thing?
Blake did not just ruin a sequel she hijacked, it set it on fire and tried to sell the ashes as high art. This was not a comeback. It was career destruction. The tragedy is she does not even realize she is the one holding the knife. She played herself literally and figuratively and walked away thinking she nailed it. Sorry, Blake, you did not serve brilliance, you served delusion. And we are all still sick from it.
Just about anything Anna Kendrick is in, she's wickedly talented, attractive AF, awesome, and just brings this weird, geeky, nerdy charm to everything she does, and I just absolutely fall for it every time. I absolutely adore it.
Anna Kendrick did not return for a sequel just to be sidelined like an extra in her own story. She carried the 2018 original with awkward charm, raw vulnerability, and dry humor. She made you cheer for her even in her breakdown.
I really wish I had something better to tell you than what I'm about to say. I want to genuinely know what the writers and the producers were thinking when they sat down in the room to write the script for this.
Stephanie was a character people loved. Anna Kendrick made neurotic parenting iconic. But here she is reduced to reacting like a stunned fish while Blake Lively struts in Pinterest fashion. Let us be clear, this sequel dragged Kendrick through the mud. She was not just underused, she was misused. Her spark smothered, her charm burned out whatever connection once existed between her and Blake.
Watch it straight to streaming. I don't know why it had 3 premieres. Heavily disappointed.
Their so-called chemistry now feels like 2 co-workers trapped on a corporate retreat, awkward, forced, painfully stiff. It is giving I will smile through this because my contract demands it. After the first act, what does Kendrick's character even do? Stand around, look lost, maybe roll her eyes once it is, as if she read the script and thought, is this a prank?
And Blake's character really is sort of clearly trouble. We know that going.
Andy Senior's opinion matters because when he says it is the first Anna Kendrick film, he could not stand it is a disaster. And he was clear the problem was not Anna, it was the writing dialogue that read like Reddit fanfiction during a blackout, half-baked, incoherent, and twisted just to make room for Blake's one-woman circus.
Offered nothing new, nothing of substance, nothing noteworthy. I honestly just feel like it should have just been an entirely different story, maybe about different characters, and the name itself, A Simple Favor, should have just been an anthology following two different people with the energy of the first.
The worst part is the long-term damage. Kendrick's polished image has taken a hit. No one is saying it openly, but the question is everywhere, why is she still working with Blake? It is like watching your favorite indie star suddenly feature on a Pitbull track, confusing sad career sabotage, dressed up as Opportunity Anna's streak of solid overlooked gems, is now stained by one of the worst sequels in streaming history, all because she signed on to play second fiddle to someone who thinks volume equals acting.
We're gonna see Blake and Anna in their wardrobes. There they are, the crazy big hats and silly stuff.
For now, let us hand the mic to the real MVPs, the audience reviews, because if you wanted a roast session, the internet already hosted it on launch. Another Simple Favor scored a catastrophic 2.2 out of 5 on Google. That is not just bad, that is Sharknado-level bad. Major sequels rarely flop this hard unless there is a nightmare Sonic hidden in them. But this one, it earned every point.
She is playing herself. I really do think she's playing herself. And like I said, there's some fun parts, but like I also said, there are some parts. I'm just like, what is happening? Parts I didn't want to see.
TikTok hosted the funeral comments like worst sequel ever made were not rare. They were the norm. One viewer nailed it. It is like watching Murder Mystery 2 on mushrooms. And if you saw Murder Mystery 2, you know. That is not praise. Another called it an absolute mistake, which honestly should have been the real title roll credits right there. Because this was not a continuation, it was a masterclass in how to destroy goodwill talent and storytelling in under 2 hours.